He was born in 356 BCE under the shadow of a kingdom hungry for glory, a child whose name would shake the ancient world. Born to King Philip and Queen Olympias, Alexander grew amid palace intrigue, tutored by ambition and raised on stories of gods and heroes. Curiosity and ferocity burned in him from youth, a boy who hunted, read, questioned, and refused to bow to fear or convention. When Bucephalus arrived, a wild stallion none dared mount, the court despaired. He saw not danger, but a test of will. At 13, he rode Bucephalus down the stable aisle, calming the beast with steady hands and unwavering eyes. A bond was forged. That moment announced a truth. This boy would not be broken by fear. He would tame the world or fall trying. At 13, he met Aristotle, the greatest mind of the age. Philosophy, science, and epic poetry shaped his hunger for knowledge and rule. He read Homer and wanted to live the Iliad. Lessons in strategy and ethics tempered his fury with a hunger for glory and meaning. When Philip fell, Alexander was 20. He seized the throne with decisive speed, silencing rivals and binding generals to his vision. He moved quickly, rewarding loyalty, punishing betrayal, forging an army that believed not just in pay, but in him personally. Maps were unfolded, plans whispered. Asia, Persia, riches, and justice were named as goals. The campaign began with marching feet and steady hearts. He crossed into Asia Minor with ambition like a blade. The world would not wait. History demanded bold action and swift victories. At Granicus, he first tested Persia. Steel met arrow, and his cavalry cut through enemy lines with precision and ferocious speed. He rode into the fray, not from safety, but among the first. Wounds and triumph shaped him. Fear melted before his resolve. At Issus, he trapped Darius between sea and sword. Persia's king fled, leaving families and treasures in Alexander's hands. Sieges tested patience and cruelty. Tyre and Gaza fell after months of relentless engineering, sacrifice, and unstoppable determination. He took Persepolis, the Persian heart. A city of palaces burned, and with it a complicated triumph, the end of one age and the moral cost of conquest. Victory bred more desire. Each triumph stitched together an empire stitched by Greek arms, Persian gold, and a single unyielding will. In Egypt, he was welcomed as a liberator. Crowds hailed him. Priests presented a crown. For a brief moment, the world bowed in wonder. He founded Alexandria not as a monument to himself, but as an idea, a city where East and West would meet, trade, and learn. At Siwa, he sought a god's voice. The oracle's silence answered with rumor. Alexander as son of Zeus, a king crowned by fate. But horizons pulled him onward. He crossed into the Indus world where new skies, strange beasts, and enormous challenges awaited. At the Hydaspes, he faced King Porus and his war elephants. Strategy, courage, and compassion collided on a flooded plain. When the bloodshed ceased, he honored Porus and spared his kingdom. Mutual respect between victors and vanquished left a rare human mark. His men grew tired. Homesick and spent, they refused to march further. He faced the limits of even his genius and the fatigue of men. He returned west through deserts and shattered roads, the Gadrosian crossing leaving scars on men and horses alike, a triumph stained by cost. He reached Babylon, dreaming of a seamless empire and plans for cities, calendars, and blended cultures. Ambition met the heavy hand of fate. In 323 BCE, he fell ill and died in a foreign city aged 32. The cause remains a mystery and a wound in history. His generals carved the empire into competing kingdoms, yet his vision persisted. Greek language, cities, art, and ideas spreading for centuries. Legends never die. Alexander the Great,